Hi guys, John from P&P Campers. I'm just going to do a handover video on your tribute. So we start under the bonnet. Got the washer fluid over on the left hand side, power steering fluid underneath that, engine coolant over here, and then you've got your brake fluid attached to the servo down the bottom. To actually get to the tops of these, you have to take this little cap piece off just by turning these three. Yeah, that's that. Engine oil goes in here at the front in the middle of the engine cover, and then you've got your actual engine oil dipstick there. The engine battery sits under the floor in the cab of these ones, so if you want to jump start the van, you've got this negative prong here, so it says here only for jump start. Negative is this little piece here, and then your positive is just under this cap here, so that's where you want to jump start the van from. If I just briefly show you in the cab, show you what you got. So really nice spec cab in this one. So you've got a 6-speed manual gearbox, so reverse, lift up at the back, over and up to the top left. Really nice and easy to get in, and also really nice to drive, to be honest. So yeah, so what else we got? So you've got air conditioning here in the middle, so as long as the numbers are a 1 or above, you've got the air conditioning button there. Your entire sort of media system is this part up here. You can turn it on and off even when the engine's not on. Go through and choose what you want. You have got cruise control here, and I'm not exactly sure what this one does, but it's obviously got something to do with like a downhill cruise control type thing. But yeah, basically I think it's pretty much the best spec cab you can have, to be honest with you, because you've got all these steering wheel functions as well. Lights are the left hand stalk and indicators. More steering wheel control, so that's if you want to hook your phone up to Bluetooth, I believe. You can answer and decline calls. There'll be a little microphone in there somewhere, I believe. Not sure exactly where that'll be, but I'm pretty sure. Let's just see if I can see it somewhere. No, can't see it. It'll be somewhere. So you can answer and decline calls from here on the actual steering wheel. Washers and wipers are on the right hand stalk here, and then you've also got electric adjusting mirrors from this one, which you turn to choose the mirror and then use it as a joystick. And you've also got your electric windows. The horn is actually from the middle here, so you put your hand on the middle and that's how you use the horn. And you've also got your reversing camera up there as well, which I have just used and it works really well. Yeah, so that's the cab. Let me just show you how to pop the bonnet. I'll just get the door out of the way. So the actual bonnet release is just inside the passenger door here. So pull that, that'll release the bonnet. And then you've got the diesel filling cap here, which you need to use the actual fuel, or the actual ignition key, sorry, to open that. So key in there, and then turn it whichever way it will go. It'll only go one way, and then that'll come out. That's just behind there. Your step comes out from this button here. So if I just show you coming in and out. So you've also got your fridge vents here. So if you had the fridge on gas, you feel a little bit of hot air coming out through the top of this vent here. That's just one way to sort of make sure it's definitely lit up. Fresh water inlet is this one here, which when you turn it like that to lock it in this sort of lock position, you then need to get your key out, just turn it 90 degrees, take it back out, and it just spins, it won't come out. Loads of storage in this rear cupboard here, which is where the carpets are being stored at the moment. So if you wanted to refit those, you can do. We just take them out so that you can see that the floor's all good. Just makes it look more presentable for us on the forecourt. Nice stickers at the back, AutoTrail. Proper bike rack here, so you've got all of the parts for it. So you got, if you folded this down, I'll just show you. Got that out from there, and this one as well. So I'll just pop that out. Once you got that down, you basically put your bike on whichever rung you want, and then pop these little clips through the tyres, through the wheels, and then when it's stood up, grab hold of the top of the bike with these arms, whichever, you know, wherever you can. Then that makes a really nice strong connection there. And then to actually close it back up again, just pull these little clips over, one on each side. That's it, pull the arm down. That's, you know, it's not going anywhere whatsoever. Your boiler vent is out here at the back, so if you had your heating on or your hot water, that's where you'd feel that heat coming from. This rear locker here is quite important. So you got your boiler over here in the corner. Your boiler drain is this one here. So if I lifted that upright, then the boiler's water would drain out. Your freshwater pump. Your leisure batteries are here. So this is where the original leisure battery is, and then someone's added a secondary leisure battery there as well. So you've got basically double the power for, well, same power but for twice as long essentially. So that's all good. It's already been done. That's nice. So that's where all that sort of electrical bits and pieces are in that cupboard. Hookup point, it's just here. So that's where you hook up to, you know, use all of your 240 volt appliances. Freshwater drain is this one here. So hold the back piece and then turn this front, and that'll drain your fresh water out. Gas locker. So you've got a new pigtail in here, 2021. The actual regulator itself, you don't need to worry about that. This bit on the right hand side is just for our testing, so again, nothing for you to actually look at really. It's just a cover basically. It's yeah, nothing too interesting. To turn the bottles on, it's anti-clockwise, around to the left like this, and if you remember to turn it all the way on when you do that, like that, when you come to turning the bottle off, you'll only be able to go one way, so you know you're definitely going the right way for off, but it's clockwise anyway for off. So that's the gas locker. Wastewater is down underneath here as well, so if I just turn that, see the wastewater coming out there. You then got your toilet behind here, so I will give that a little wipe out actually because it's a bit dirty. But basically the way to use that, lift up on the bottom clip there, the blue clip, and then pull that out, and then literally when you come to emptying it out from here, push and hold the blue button at the back, and then that's it. That's just your pressure release valve, and that'll come out much more, you know, easily. Blue fluid goes back in here, about a cap or two's full of this blue fluid, and that's it. You've got a freshwater flush, so you don't have to worry about any flush fluid, and yeah, that's it, nice and easy. All right, so I'll show you around the inside now. So straight away above the door, I'll just show you this, which is your control panel. So the main on and off switch, if I turn that off now, everything goes off. So all the lights, all the ignition, everything inside the van stops. But if you want it all back on, just switch it back on. Straight away it comes up with this L. So that means that here is showing you your leisure battery's voltage. All right, so you got pretty good. You know, really it wants a good run. Because when you start the engine and drive it, it charges both batteries, your engine and leisure. So once you get back home or wherever you're going after this, your battery would be, you know, perfectly up to power. Or if you had a hookup plugged in, you'd have really good power in there as well. Vehicle, so exactly the same voltage in the vehicle battery, so that's your engine battery. Water pump, so that's on now, and then your fresh water level. So that there, about a quarter of a tank. All right, so that's that. So the pump's on, and the first thing you'll want to do when you actually come into the van, if you want to use it, is come to the sink and just pour your water. Make sure you hear the pump running, which I can at the moment. Over on hot and then to cold. And just make sure that you've got nice clear water coming out, no, you know, big coughs of air or anything like that. Because, you know, if you haven't used it for a little while, you will get air coming out through there. But until you do that, you shouldn't really use your boiler whatsoever. So first thing you want to do, like I said, up there, turn your pump on, come to the sink, and then just drag your water through. And then once you've done that, you can go ahead and use your boiler however you like, which is these two dials down here. So if you want to light the boiler up on gas, it's the left-hand button. Push it up for 50 degrees, push it down for 70 degrees. All right, so that's your boiler on gas. And then if you had a hookup cable plugged in, you can put up for 1 electric or down for 2. And that's just basically 2 different amounts of power. All right, so if you had no access to gas, or you didn't want to use it, or you know, whatever you want, electric for the boiler on the right, gas on the boiler for the left. Heating, you've got, again, 2 ways of using the heating. First way is electric, and you've got this little button down here which says ultra heat on it. All right, so if you have that button on, then up here all of this will work and light up. So if you want to use your heating on electric only, you can turn that button on down there, and then come up here and either choose 500, 1000 or 2000, and that's the amount of watts that it uses. But generally, if you think about it, if you were plugged into a 13 amp pole at your campsite or wherever you were, 500 tends to use about 2 amps, 1000 about 4.5 amps, and then 2000 about 8 amps nearly. So careful if you're going to have a few other bits on gas as well. But really 500 or 1000 is plenty to get the van warming up. Or if you don't want to use it on electric, you can light the heater up on gas. So as long as your gas bottle's on outside, all you need to do, so you see you got 0 all the way through to 5, all you need to do is turn it and you'll start to hear the igniter straight away. You've got a little peephole down there, so if you sit down or get near to that so that you can see through it, push down with your gas on, obviously, like I said, and then after a few seconds this will light up. I've not actually got the gas on, so it shouldn't light up, but that's how you do it. All right, so it'll light up like that, and then once it is lit, keep it held on for a sec. So there you go, it has just lit up for a moment, and now it's gone away because the gas is off. So that's what you want to do. Okay, so basically push in and down on about 1 or 2, wait for it to light up, and then just let go of it slowly. And once you've done that, you can turn it around to sort of 3 or 4, and then after about 5 minutes or so, this will be really, really hot. So once you've got the actual space heater hot on either the gas or the electric, then you can go ahead and use your fan, which is inside here as well. So don't worry about the A, just totally ignore that. That's just an automatic setting. If you want to go ahead and learn how to use that, then obviously you can do, but in my opinion it's just useless because it's so easy just to choose manually what number you want. So down to M for manual, and then just choose 1 to 4 how powerful you want your fan. All right, it's as simple as that. That's why I don't really understand why they put that A on there. It's just silly. But once you've done that, you start feeling air pumping through these vents around the van, and actually they're normally a lot brighter than this. They're a lot more like white colour, but to match or nearly match all of your material colours, they've sort of changed the colour of them, so it's really nice. Nice little thing that AutoTrail have done. But yeah, anyway, so that's where your hot air will come out from, and then to turn that off, back to the middle like that, or back to the little O. So yeah, that's your heating. You've basically just got a grill and oven down here, which both work off this right hand one. So push to the left for the oven, push in and round to the right for the grill, whilst using this igniter switch. The igniter does the grill, oven and all 3 burner hobs at the top. So I don't really need to show you how to use those, but they have all got their own diagram telling you which one does which. So bottom right, top right, left. So push in and round whilst holding the igniter switch down, and they'll light up. And obviously that's only going to work when your gas bottle's on. Outside, you've got this nice little thing. I'm not sure if it's an original fitting, it might well be, but I'm not sure. But basically when you put your hookup cable in, if you have this switch on down here, you'll have 3 extra plug sockets here to use, and that actually goes away by pushing that all the way down like that. So I think that's a really nice little thing to have, actually, because normally in the motorhomes there's not really many plug sockets around, but now you've got some there. So the fridge, you've got a 3-way fridge on this one. So really simple to use. the way these fridges work is you have to either get it cold first via the hookup cable, which is this one, or the gas, and then use this one on the right hand side just for when your engine's running, because this one here won't get the fridge cold on its own. It needs to be cold already. So perhaps the night before you go away or something like that, or at least sort of 4 or 5 hours before you go away, you need to either get the fridge cold with a hookup cable in with this button, or with your gas bottle on with this button, and then switch it over to the 12 volt when you're driving. When you get to where you're going, then everything inside the fridge will still be freezing cold, but you know, that's basically it. You know, when you get there, once you turn your engine off, you need to turn it back to one of these two. So the gas and the mains are both as efficient as each other, really, in my opinion, but the 12 volt just won't get it cold on its own, and you know, it's really good at keeping everything cold, but it just needs to be cold already. So that's just something to bear in mind. Bathroom, so you've got nice and easy toilet to use. So basically, flush fluid is here, so push to that to get your flush fluid pumping around. So I'm holding it and then fluid's in there. To open the flap up to drain it out into the cassette, open, close. Make sure that you close that up after you use it, otherwise you won't be able to take the cassette out from the outside. And you get bad smells coming up into the van as well, so just something to be aware of. I'm not going to show you how the shower works, it gets soaking wet, but you have got a light switch in here, which does all of the lights in the bathroom. What else have we got? Don't know, just the sink really. But yeah, if you find one day that you struggle to get water coming out from all the different taps and it's all a bit coffee and spluttery, come in here and use the sink and the shower as well, and in fact the toilet, because that's on the same system, just to get rid of any sort of air that might be trapped somewhere. Just do that every now and again. Just good practice really, to keep it all flowing nicely. Bed over the cab just literally pulls all the way forwards like this, and then you pull your mattress out. Your ladder connects onto here, and that is just there. So yeah, that's about it really. I don't know if there's much else to show. Oh, microwave over the top there. This will only work when your hookup's plugged in, but you know, that's pretty standard. Yeah, so I think I've pretty much shown you all I can. All the blinds around the van are exactly the same. So the blackout screen pulls all the way down, and then the fly screen is at the top. So you've got two different bits here at the bottom. Pull all the way up out of the way. They're all the same all the way around. Yeah. So if you think I've missed anything out, or you want anything sort of going back over, then just let us know. But otherwise, I look forward to seeing you soon to collect your van. Thanks very much.